All right, welcome back with a quick little preview here, this time for the last week of this DPC tour. This, of course, being for the lower division. Tomorrow, I'll be having my upper division preview for the final week, as well as my fantasy picks. And once we actually know what our final standings are going to be looking like, and we know that if there needs to be any tiebreakers, I'll be making previews of each and every region for all those tiebreaker matches when we actually know what those matchups are going to be. Because, of course, there's going to be some tiebreakers. There might not be tiebreakers in every single region, but there's bound to be some. And so once we actually know what those are, I'll be having previews for those. So sorry that I can't have them put up early like this, but obviously for tiebreakers and how situational they are, I'll have to be posting them pretty close to when they're actually going to be taking place. So be on the lookout for that. So getting into this, again, skipping over China because they finished their lower division before the Christmas break. Their final standings are right here, if you're at all curious. For most teams, most regions, there are already 2 teams that are finished their tour already, except for in Western Europe, where we actually have 4 teams that are done their tour. This, of course, excluding those tiebreaker matches that I'm talking about. Starting off in Southeast Asia, kicking off in just a few hours from now on the 17th, we actually have 496 taking on Interactive Philippines. Both of these teams sitting near the bottom of the division. Interactive Philippines already are guaranteed to get knocked out of this DPC, but 496 needs to win this series if they want to force tiebreakers to stay into the lower division. So this is going to be a really, really important series for them. Again, if they lose this one, they're guaranteed relegation. Following that, we have my match of the week for Southeast Asia's lower division. Again, excluding if there's any tiebreakers. We have Polaris taking on Ragdoll, and I'm super excited for this one because we've already seen Nigma take on both of these 2 teams. Nigma was able to beat Ragdoll, but then lost to Polaris. Polaris is currently sitting 6-0 so far, and if Ragdoll takes them down, then there will be a 3-way tie for those top 2 spots, meaning tiebreakers, which I'm really excited for. But if Polaris does win this, then they'll be guaranteed a spot in that upper division for the next tour, which will be super exciting for them. Again, these guys have been playing fantastically the whole tour. Same thing goes for both Nigma and Ragdoll for that matter, but I think Polaris in general has proven to be one of the more consistent teams. Obviously, they're 6-0 so far, and so yeah, I'm really excited for this series. Following that, on the 20th at 12 p.m., we have Nigma taking on Lil Gun. Again, Nigma needs to keep the wins coming if they want to stay in contention for those top 2 spots in the region, and Lil Gun is a team that, as of right now, I believe, yeah, they're out of contention. They're not going to be able to make it. They're also safe from relegation, but they're still one of the stronger teams in the region. They're currently sitting in 4th, and again, both of these teams would like to get this win. So yeah, all around fun looking week so far here for Southeast Asia's lower division. The 2 teams that are already finished their week so far are their tour so far are Talon and Army Geniuses. And we very likely won't be seeing any tiebreakers from Talon. Army Geniuses, again, if 496 wins this one, then there will be tiebreakers between them and Army Geniuses. And yeah, we'll have to see. Let me know what match you guys are most looking forward to. Who do you think wins each and every one of these matches? You guys can let me know in the comments down below. Now, moving on to Eastern Europe, where again, we have a lot of lower divisions that are very, very close. And it's, again, the same case as we have a lot of teams near the top of the division that are fighting for those top 2 spots right now. Starting off, I pretty much have every single series here as a match of the week because every single team in this division really needs these next few wins and are very close to each other on the standings. Starting off on Monday the 17th at 5 p.m. local time, we have Namiga taking on Gambit. And for Namiga, they're already safe. They're safe from relegation. They're not going to be making it to the upper division, but Gambit really needs this win if they want to secure their spot in the lower division for the next tour. If they lose it, then there will be tiebreakers with Fantastic Five between them and, again, Fantastic Five. So Gambit, this is a really important series for them. Following that, on Thursday the 20th at 2 p.m., we have Hydra taking on CIS Rejects. Again, both of these teams sitting near the top of the division. If Hydra wins this, then they are guaranteed a spot in that upper division with the 6 wins that they will have with it. If not, then CIS Rejects then ties with Hydra, and again, more chance for tiebreakers there. And then finally, on Friday the 21st, we have Winstrike versus V-Gaming. Again, a case where we have one team that is a little bit ahead. If V-Gaming wins this, they secure their spot in the upper division. And if Winstrike wins this, they force the opportunity for there to be tiebreakers. So personally, as I've already mentioned numerous times, I'm hoping for tiebreakers. So in this case, I'm cheering for both Rejects and Winstrike here because those are the 2 teams that are currently trailing. And then we'll have a 4-way tie for those top 2 spots, which is, again, really, really exciting. So, yeah, again, let me know what you guys think about these matches in the comments down below. Which matches are you most looking forward to? Who do you think wins them? All that fun stuff. Moving on now to Western Europe, we would have had a match on Monday the 17th, tomorrow, at 5 p.m. However, no Bounty Hunter, of course, had to forfeit the remainder of their season. So Entity gets that free win, which, of course, would have likely been a win anyways. Bounty Hunter has been struggling a lot this season, and Entity has been one of the strongest teams. They're currently sitting in first place, waiting to see if the two other teams trailing behind them are going to be able to catch them. The first of which being Chicken Fighters, who are taking on Bald on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Again, that's going to be a really exciting one. Bald at this point are already secured for the next tour in the lower division. They're not getting relegated. They're not getting bumped up. But for Chicken Fighters, this is going to be another one of those tougher matches that they're going to have to win if they want to stay in contention for that top 2 spot. Same thing goes for Brame, who right now are tied with Chicken Fighters. They're going to be playing against Into the Breach, who have been having a little bit of a tougher time than Team Bald. But regardless, both of these two teams, Chicken Fighters and Brame, need to pick up these wins if they want to end off the season well. So, yeah, you guys can let me know, who do you think wins these matches? What matches are you most looking forward to? And all that fun stuff. Now moving on to North America, kicking things off tomorrow on Monday the 17th at 3 p.m. We have Electronic Boys versus 5-Man Midas. This is going to be a huge matchup for Electronic Boys specifically, as they are currently sitting in the bottom 2. However, if they win this series, then they are tied with 5-Man Midas, which guarantees that there will be at least some sort of tiebreaker for them, which they would desperately need because, of course, Electronic Boys has been playing pretty well. They just haven't been able to win as many series. Every single series that they've played so far has gone to 3 games. They just have a really terrible win rate in game 3s. So they've been playing well, just not well enough to this point. So that's going to be a real crucial series for Electronic Boys. And for 5-Man Midas, if they win it, they guarantee themselves a spot in the lower division for the next tour, which, of course, is what they're going for. Following that, on Tuesday the 18th at 6 p.m., we have Magnus taking on The Cut. The Cut is actually the only team in all of these lower divisions that is guaranteed going to the upper division. So far, we have a lot of teams, like I've mentioned, that are tied or that are ahead a little bit but not quite secured. The Cut is the only one that is actually secured so far. So they're just looking to go flawless on the season if they manage to win this one. And Magnus, again, same case as with Electronic Boys. They need this win if they want to at least be able to force tiebreakers to avoid relegation, as right now they are sitting in that bottom 2 spot tied with Electronic Boys as well. And finally, ending things off, we have my match of the week. We have Dog Champ versus 5-Rat 4-Staff. Currently, both of these two teams are tied with one another on the standings. And so likely whoever wins this series will be the one that ends up making it into that upper division. Of course, I'm actually recording this video right now during the KBU versus Felt series. I think right now KBU is winning that one, but I don't actually have the results for that right now. But if KBU wins that one, then there is all the more chance for there to be even more tiebreakers for that top 2 spot in North America. I guess there's only one spot left, actually, since the Cut has actually clinched. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about any of these matches. Who do you guys think wins? What match are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments. And finally, South America. Again, sorry to any fan of South America who has to wait to the end of my videos to hear what I have to say about it, but we have finally made it here. For South America, we actually have a good part of the standings already figured out now. We know that both of the teams getting knocked out of the DPC are Inverse and Unknown, who are currently sitting at a 1-6 and 0-6 record so far. Inverse actually having a pretty strange final series. I'll get into that more when I talk about South America. I believe tomorrow should be my South American review, and I have my Eastern European review going up just a little bit after this video. But Omega, Wolf, and Enteritus are all guaranteed for the lower division for next tour. We just have 3 teams that are all fighting for that top 2 spot right now, those being Infinity, Balrogs, and G-Pride. And so Balrogs is taking on Enteritus there. Again, they need that win if they want to stay in contention for that. We then have Omega versus Unknown. Both of those teams, again, we already know that Omega is staying in the lower division for the next tour, and Unknown is already being relegated. And finally, we have G-Pride versus Infinity. So this is the only series that actually has 2 of the 3 teams that are still up for debate about where they're going to be ending up. G-Pride, if they win this series, then they force a tiebreaker, assuming Balrogs also wins their series. And if they lose it, then Infinity clinches that, as they will have gone 7-0 in this tour. So yeah, again, a lot of really, really close finishes for those top 2 spots in pretty much every single division. And it's shaping up to be a very entertaining first tour for the lower division. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, are you guys hoping to see tiebreakers? Who are you hoping to see get bumped up to the upper division? You guys can let me know in the comments down below as always. Again, once we actually know when tiebreakers are going to be taking place, I'll be making a preview for each and every region, each and every division for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again in just a few hours with my Eastern Europe Week 5 review.